They took you for granted, and now they're paying the price. They lost the best love they ever had. You were the best they ever had. They thought things would have been better without you. They thought the grass was greener. So they went out there in search of somebody better. They thought they had found someone better. Turns out this person cannot compare to you. You were giving so much to them. You were so into them. You wanted it to work. You thought you had found a treasure at the start. They looked so beautiful on the outside. And that is what kept you with them for a while. They looked so good. But inside, they were a terrible person. This person brought nothing but pain, sadness. This person who promised so much at the start, they were a disaster. They didn't treat you well because they were not focused on the relationship. They were looking outside. They thought it was better outside. They thought the grass was greener. They didn't appreciate you. There they were, amplifying your faults instead of appreciating the positive. They amplified the negative. And nobody is perfect. They chose to focus on the imperfections instead of being grateful, instead of appreciating you and all you had to offer. You were giving so much to them, but they were unthankful. So that person had to end up losing you. It was only a matter of time till this relationship ended because of a lack of gratitude, because they were not reciprocating your love. It has to be a two-way street. Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. I give to you, you must give something back. It's a relationship, it's something mutual. So you thought they were all that, but they didn't see you as all that. Would you believe it? Although you were doing much better than them, although you were better off than them, although you were a better person than them, I guess you were not a match for them. Because if we put a monkey in a room with a human, it won't choose a human, and there's another monkey it will choose. The monkey, I'm just using that as an example. It's an animal. People choose who is like them. But very often, they're trying to get somebody who is not even a match for them. So the point I'm making is, don't think that you're beneath them because they didn't appreciate you. They chose their type. Do you get the point? They chose their type. Sometimes you're doing much better than them, but you're not their type. You're way ahead of them. A lot of people will tell you they want a rich man. Let's see, a lot of women will say they want a rich man. But can you handle a rich man? Because it comes with certain things, certain ways, the way he lives his life. If you're a loser, you want to be with a winner? So the loser cannot stay with a winner, because that loser has to step up or else lose that winner. So it couldn't work out because you were on a higher level. Do you get the point? You were on a higher level. They were intimidated by you. They didn't want to step up. They didn't want to grow. So they went for something else out there. Somebody that would be less challenging, not realizing that this wouldn't have brought them joy in their life. Not realizing that this person wouldn't be able to offer them certain things that you were offering them. Not realizing that it would have been a disaster. Not realizing that nothing compares to you. Nothing would have compared to you. They were making a big mistake and didn't realize it. So they thought the grass was greener on the other side. Turns out it was not. And now they just made the biggest mistake of their life. They've lost you. And too late is their cry. They're living in regret because nobody has been able to do for them, or nobody has done for them what you did for them. Nobody is giving to them like you gave to them. And very often, these people, they want to screw up your life. They're wishing you bad. They want you to fall. They don't want you to do well. Thinking that if you don't do well, it will make them feel better. They will feel justified in messing up the relationship. They had somebody as amazing as you in their life. When they met you, it's as if they hit the jackpot. It's as if they won the lottery. They had a treasure like you in their life. But instead of appreciating you, they went out there. They, with their what I call shiny object syndrome, they saw some shiny objects over there and thought it was the real deal. So they went for it. This person showed you very little to no love at all. There you were giving and giving. They were giving nothing back. They were not reciprocating. They didn't see your worth. They took you for granted. And now they're paying the price. You see, what goes around comes around. As you make your bed, that is how you must lie. A lot of people don't see the importance of taking care of their relationship, nurturing their relationship. They just leave it on autopilot and think it will work. They're not focused on you. They're focused on other people and think it will work. We must appreciate people. They refuse to appreciate you. It wouldn't work because they were doing things behind your back and they knew how to hide it. Everything you did became a problem because they were no longer focused on you. They were focused on somebody else. They were no longer focused on the relationship. They were looking outside for better. Somebody wronged you even when the relationship ended. They said so many terrible things about you. They lied about you. They tried to ruin your reputation. They wanted to justify the fact that they were no longer with you. So they lied. tried to make everybody think you're a terrible person. They made up stories, story after story about you. For some of you, you heard, somebody told you. There you were protecting them. There you were not letting everybody know what they did. You didn't want to talk about it, but they were loud in an attempt to bring you down. And for many of you, it was a case where they were with somebody else and they wanted to rub it in your face. They showed off. Tried to make you think that you're a nobody. They found better. But they didn't realize that the green grass would have turned brown. The grass wasn't really greener. It just seemed that way. The grass wasn't real. So that person, there they were on their honeymoon. There they were. Everything was bright and beautiful. Everything seemed so good at the start. They were being treated so well at the start. They wanted nothing to do with you. For many of you, it's a case of you trying to make it work, trying to get them back. Don't try to get them back. Let them go. When people can walk away from you, let them walk. If they were supposed to be with you, they would have been with you. You see, some people come in your life for a season, for a reason, for some time. Some are there for a long time. Some are there forever. Yes? But some are only there for a short time. My parents, forever. My mom, my dad is the only person she's been with. I'm laughing because that is so unusual nowadays. And there are faithful people. There are. It's hard to find, but there are good people. And my mother is an example, not because it's my mother. So yes, some people are loving and true. Some people are faithful. Some people are honest. But some others, they don't care. They're only about themselves. And because they're only about themselves, they can never find joy. They can never find happiness. They're too self-centered. They don't care how people feel. They don't care whose heart they break. And people are free to be with whoever they want to be with. But this is not the way. Deliberately trying to hurt somebody is wrong. And that is why it's backfiring. All of what they did to you, the way they treated you, that is why it's backfiring. That is why they're in the mess that they're in. They took you for granted. And because they took you for granted, the relationship had to end. They didn't appreciate you, so the relationship had to end. They had to lose you because of a lack of gratitude. Somebody was with you. You were their blessing. There you were, inspiring them, motivating them, holding their hand, trying to help them move up to that next level, to a higher level, trying to help them grow. You were a blessing in their life. Had they followed you, had they listened to you, they would have been better off today. But because of a lack of gratitude, they lost their blessing. It is not every day somebody as amazing as you are becomes part of another person's life. It is not every day, like I said earlier, you win the lottery. You were a blessing. But they didn't appreciate you and had to lose you. And when they lost you, they lost it all. That person they thought they could have replaced you with turned out to be a mess, turned out to be a disaster. What goes around comes around. What you sow is what you reap. How you make your bed, that is how you will lie. The world is a cycle, and now the world is a cycle, and everything that happens in a circle. They're paying the price. They had a good person, they didn't appreciate that person, they're paying the price. Part of the price they pay is seeing you move up, because you're an advancing person, an advancing man or woman. You will keep moving up. They say that the best revenge is massive success. You don't have to take any revenge. You just have to keep moving up. You just have to keep making progress. You just have to keep advancing in life. Very often they want to see you on the ground. They want to see you at the bottom. They want to see you in the gutter. They don't want you to do well. That is what will bring them happiness. That is what will bring them satisfaction, to see that you don't make it without them. You're not against this person. You don't want bad for them. You know that if you win, if they win, that is, you know that if they win, that is not taking anything away from you. But they're looking at you, wanting the worst for you. And that is how they end up messing themselves up, because the hell they try to create for you, it ends up being for themselves. The pit they dig for you, it ends up being for themselves. When they try to bury you, they end up planting you. Everything they try to send at you ends up backfiring. Somebody out there wants the worst for you. That ex, they don't want you to do well. They don't want you to thrive. But that is them. Just because they don't want you to thrive doesn't mean anything to you. You will thrive nonetheless. You will win nonetheless. They don't get to choose for you. They don't get to decide for you. They don't get to think for you. They don't get to vibrate for you. They're still talking about you. They're still trying to justify things, trying to make themselves look like the good person. You gave so much to them. They're at fault. They messed up the relationship. They went out there trying to find what they already had. They're going on date after date trying to find you, cannot find you. Realizing there is none like you. Realizing that you're irreplaceable. Losing you is part of the price they pay. A lot of people, they're in a relationship with somebody, they blow it, and that is the price itself, losing that person. Sometimes you're wondering, wow, they look what they did and they're not paying the price. No, they've already paid the price just by losing you. And it is not that you want bad for anybody. They're the one doing that to themselves. As we hear on this advancing channel. You will continue to win nonetheless. You will continue to rise nonetheless. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about those people who are against you, who want the worst for you, who should be saying thank you to you. But instead, they're out there talking bad about you. You gave so much. What did they give? Nothing back. And you're the bad one? Get out of here. So I look forward to hearing what you have to say. What is your take? Type it in the comments. Like, share, comment. Well, like I've said, do all of those things they do on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, for being a member, for the love, your support, your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. It is very important to appreciate people. It is very important to be grateful. As we're here on this advancing channel, my name is Mantius. Once again, thank you so much for watching. One love, God bless, and all the best.